You did not stumble upon this message by chance. You arrived here because something in you was searching for a reflection of what you already know deep inside. This moment is not random. It is precise. You are here because the current of your life carried you to this point, and this signal was waiting to be received. Perhaps you have felt overlooked by the universe, as though your prayers have echoed into an endless silence. Perhaps you have been moving through days that feel heavy, carrying questions that have not yet found their answers. Perhaps you have been wondering if your journey has meaning, or if you are truly seen. And yet you are here now, hearing these words, in this exact alignment of time and possibility. This video found you because you are ready to recognize that your life is not a series of accidents. Every step, every delay, every ache of waiting has been arranging itself for this meeting. The invisible intelligence that flows through all of existence has woven you into this very moment. You are not lost. You are being called. There is a frequency that hums beneath the surface of your experience. It is the vibration of becoming, the quiet pull that guided you here. Even in your seasons of doubt, even in your hours of silence, that frequency was still alive in you. It was whispering, it was reaching, and it was bringing you into resonance with this message. Think of how waves move across the ocean. They travel distances you cannot see, carrying signals of storms, winds, and tides. In the same way, energy has been moving toward you, carrying this message across dimensions of time and space until it reached the exact moment where you could receive it. This is not coincidence. This is coherence. You have wondered if the universe has forgotten your name, if your desire has gone unanswered, if your voice has been swallowed by the immensity of reality. But listen closely. Your desire has never been ignored. It has been echoing through the quantum field, returning to you in the form of opportunities, signs, and messages like this one. When you found this signal, you found evidence that the universe has always been aware of you. Every question you carried has been held in the field of potential, waiting for your readiness to allow the answer. Every moment of silence was never absence. It was the preparation for clarity. You are not waiting for alignment. Alignment has been waiting for you. Can you feel the perfection of this timing? Notice the way your heart responds to these words. Notice the way a subtle recognition rises in you. The way your body knows what your mind still questions. This resonance is not imagination. It is the truth of your being calling itself back into awareness. You are not a wanderer drifting without meaning. You are the precise unfolding of a larger design. And this signal is proof. The universe has always known exactly where you are. It has always been guiding you, even when you could not see the pattern. Even when you believed yourself lost, you were walking the very path that would deliver you here. Say this softly inside yourself. I am not lost. I am being called. Let these words move through you like light through water. Allow them to rest in the space between your doubts and your hopes. Allow them to rewrite the story you have been carrying. Because in truth, you have never been unseen. You have never been forgotten. You have always been recognized by the intelligence that breathes stars into being. And now it has aligned you with this exact message, so you would remember what your soul has always known. And when you feel the weight of doubt, something deeper always begins to whisper. Can you feel how perfect this timing is? There is a quiet ache that has followed you, even in moments when your life appeared calm on the surface. It is not the kind of ache that screams for attention. It is subtle, like a low hum beneath the noise of daily life. You have felt it in the pauses, in the spaces between conversations, in the stillness of the night. It is the sensation of something missing, and yet it carries with it a mysterious kind of sacredness. This ache is not emptiness. Even though it has sometimes felt like loneliness, it is not absence. Even though it has sometimes felt like waiting, this ache is the signal of your readiness. It is the quiet announcement that you are standing on the edge of alignment. It is your inner self recognizing that the life you have known no longer fits the truth of who you are becoming. There are seasons when you have questioned whether this longing would ever end, whether you would always live with this invisible ache in your chest. But what you must understand is that this longing is not punishment. It is not an error. It is evidence. The ache is proof that you are expanding into a new frequency. It is your spirit stretching toward what is already waiting for you. Science tells us that when two frequencies are close enough, they begin to synchronize. A tuning fork struck into vibration will cause another fork nearby to hum in resonance. In the same way, the ache you feel is your entire being adjusting to the higher frequency you are moving into. You are resonating with a future that is calling you, a timeline already alive in the field of possibility. Every time you felt the ache and mistook it for something missing, you were misunderstanding your own power. That pull inside you was never about what you lacked. It was about what was approaching. It was about the life that was aligning itself with you, quietly, invisibly, beyond the veil of what you could see. This is why the ache feels sacred. Because on some level, you know it is not emptiness. It is fullness, pressing against the edges of your awareness, waiting for you to let it in. It is the pulse of your becoming, the heartbeat of a reality that is already here, asking only for your recognition. So instead of resisting the ache, breathe into it. Allow it to expand without fear. Let it remind you that you are not waiting for something outside of you to arrive. You are remembering what has been inside you all along. This ache is the signal of alignment. It is the magnetic pull of the reality you are stepping into. Notice how your heart responds when you stop fighting the feeling and start listening to it. Notice how the ache softens into a hum of possibility. How it begins to feel less like longing and more like calling. The ache has been guiding you all along. It has been the evidence of your readiness. It has been the announcement of your arrival at this very moment. Breathe this in. Say, I am ready. That ache was never emptiness. It was always the pulse of your becoming. There are moments when your mind feels like a storm. Thoughts rush in like winds that cannot be contained. Memories collide with worries, and the noise inside you becomes so loud that you forget where you end and the storm begins. You try to fight it. You try to quiet it. But the more you resist, the stronger the storm seems to grow. But listen closely. You are not the storm. You are the one who observes it. You are not the chaos. You are the field that steadies it. Every thought that passes through you is only a ripple in the sky of your awareness. It feels real. It feels overwhelming. But it is not who you are. Who you are is the vast stillness beneath it all. In quantum science, there is a principle known as the observer effect. Particles in an experiment behave differently when they are observed. The act of observation changes the outcome. What this reveals is profound. Awareness itself is not passive. Awareness is creative. To observe is to influence. To witness is to shape. And in the same way, your attention bends the reality you live in. When you lose yourself inside the storm of your thoughts, you forget your true position. You begin to identify with the movement instead of the stillness. But when you step back into awareness, when you claim your place as the observer, the storm begins to lose its grip. Thoughts pass through, but they no longer control you. Emotions rise and fall, but they no longer define you. You are the awareness that watches. You are the stillness that sees. You are the silence in which every thought begins and ends. This is not weakness. This is not escape. This is the highest form of power. To realize that you are not at the mercy of your inner weather. You are the one who chooses where to place your gaze, and what you gaze upon begins to transform. Think about the way light behaves in an experiment. When it is not observed, it spreads as a wave of infinite possibilities. But when observed, it collapses into a particle, into a specific reality. You function in the same way. Your attention is the observation that collapses infinite possibilities into the single timeline you call your life. What you observe with focus, you bring into form. If you constantly observe your fears, your doubts, and your storms, then reality bends itself around that focus. But when you turn your awareness toward stillness, toward love, toward possibility, reality bends itself around that. You are not at the mercy of chance. You are the observer who writes the script of what comes alive. Do not mistake this truth as an instruction to deny your feelings. The storm of thought and emotion is part of being alive. But your freedom lies in remembering that you are not the storm itself. You are the infinite sky that holds it. You are the canvas, not the paint. You are the silence, not the noise. Imagine sitting beside a rushing river. The water is loud, constant, relentless. At first it feels like the river is overwhelming you, but then you realize you are not in the current. You are on the shore, watching it flow. The current is not you, it is passing. The same is true of your thoughts. They flow, but you are the one who sees them, and because you are the observer, you are free. This is the shift that changes everything. The moment you remember that you are the observer, you remember your power to create, because what you observe with presence, what you give your attention to, begins to solidify. It becomes the form you step into. You no longer fight the storm. You simply choose where your gaze rests, and reality responds. You are not the storm. You are the steady witness. You are not the chaos. You are the field that holds coherence. Your attention is not small. Your awareness is not powerless. Your presence is the instrument through which the quantum field reorganizes itself. Every breath, every moment of stillness, every choice to witness, rather than be consumed, is an act of creation. So the next time your mind feels heavy, the next time your emotions feel like thunder rolling through your chest, remind yourself of this truth. Storms pass, but the sky remains. The current flows, but the shore is steady. You are not the noise. You are the silence that allows the noise to be heard. You are not the storm. You are the observer. And as you remember your power to observe, you begin to remember your power to create. Say this with me. I am the signal the universe responds to. There is a secret about reality that has been quietly written into the very structure of existence. Timelines are not rigid. They are not fixed highways that you are forced to walk upon. They are rivers, flowing in countless directions, each one carrying a different version of you, a different expression of what your life could become. You are not trapped on a single path. You are standing at the center of many, and the frequency you hold decides which river bends toward you. Science has shown us that matter is never solid in the way we once believed. At the smallest level, particles exist as possibilities. They shift depending on energy, depending on observation, depending on resonance. And in the same way, the events of your life are not predetermined, carved in stone before you take your first breath. They are pliable. They respond to the vibration you carry. When your energy is low, when your thoughts are consumed with fear, doubt, or lack, you find yourself pulled into timelines that reflect that state. You notice delays, obstacles, and repeating patterns that seem to confirm your worry. But when you shift your inner frequency, when you align with clarity, love, and trust, those same timelines begin to dissolve, and new ones open before you. Opportunities arrive. Doors you thought were locked begin to swing open. The current bends itself to the signal you are sending. This is not a metaphor. This is resonance. Every frequency attracts coherence. A low hum will synchronize with another nearby. A high vibration will call other vibrations into alignment with it. You are no different. Your body, your thoughts, your emotions, all of it creates a frequency that tells the quantum field how to arrange itself around you. You have believed at times that you are chasing your future, as if it were running ahead of you, always just out of reach. But the truth is this: your future is not ahead of you. Your future bends around you. It bends to your signal. It arranges itself according to the frequency you embody in this very moment. You do not need to chase. You need only to align. Think of it like a prism of light. White light enters, and within it are infinite colors. Which color you see depends on the angle, the filter, the frequency that emerges. Your life is like that. The white light of possibility is always present, and your frequency decides which version becomes visible. The angle of your belief, the tone of your emotion, the steadiness of your attention. These are the filters through which timelines collapse into form. This is why two people can live in the same city, walk the same streets, breathe the same air, and yet live entirely different realities. One bends timelines of scarcity, while another bends timelines of abundance. One bends timelines of fear, while another bends timelines of love. The difference is not in the external world. The difference is in the inner frequency. So when you wonder why certain events repeat themselves, when you notice the same struggle arising in different forms, you are not cursed. You are not broken. You are simply tuning into the same frequency, and reality, faithful to your signal, is bending the same timeline toward you again and again. But the moment you change your vibration, the moment you lift your frequency into alignment with who you truly are, you step into a different river. A new story begins to carry you. You are not small in this process. You are not powerless. You are the very signal that reality cannot ignore. Your frequency writes the script of your experience. The way you breathe, the way you focus, the way you choose to see yourself, these are the codes that bend timelines. So pause now, and feel this truth moving through you. Notice how your body responds when you recognize that you are not waiting for life to change. Life is waiting for you to change the signal you are broadcasting. Feel how empowering it is to realize that your destiny is not hiding from you. It is waiting to respond to you. You do not need to force. You do not need to chase. You do not need to control. You need only to remember who you are. You are the frequency that pulls reality into form. You are the signal that timelines bend around. You are the field through which new futures emerge. Hold this truth gently, as if you were holding a seed, because just like a seed, it will grow stronger the more you nurture it. The more you align with this awareness, the more reality will rearrange to mirror it back to you. At first subtly, then obviously, then undeniably, the shift in your frequency will become the shift in your world. The more you hold this truth, the more reality rearranges to match you. Can you feel timelines shifting even as you listen? There comes a moment in every journey when the way you see yourself must change. For so long you may have seen yourself as a seeker, someone looking for signs, waiting for answers, chasing after proof that you are not forgotten. But this perspective, while natural, is incomplete. You were never only the seeker. You were always the source. The universe has never been withholding from you. It has only been reflecting the story you have been telling about yourself. When you believed yourself to be someone searching, it reflected back a life of searching. When you believed yourself to be incomplete, it mirrored experiences that echoed that belief. And yet the truth has always been more powerful than the story. The moment of reframe is when you remember who you are. You are not standing outside of creation, asking for entry. You are the field itself. You are the vibration that reality bends toward. The truth is not that you are waiting for your life to begin. The truth is that life is waiting for you to claim yourself as its source. In quantum science, every field contains potential. Nothing exists in isolation. Every movement, every frequency, every vibration is part of the field, and the field responds to coherence. When you declare yourself as the field, you step out of separation and into unity. You stop asking if you are worthy, and you begin to realize that your worth has always been the very fabric of reality. This reframe is not about arrogance. It is not about claiming power over others. It is about recognizing that the power you once imagined as distant has always been within you. You are the proof that the universe listens. You are the signal that cannot be denied. You are the vibration that writes futures. The seeker asks, "When will it arrive?" The source declares, "It is already mine." The seeker wonders, "Am I chosen?" The source whispers, "I have always been the field." Can you feel the difference in energy? One is restless, waiting, unsure. The other is steady, calm, magnetic. When you reframe your identity from seeker to source, you stop grasping, and you begin receiving. This shift does not mean challenges disappear. It does not mean life suddenly removes every obstacle. What it means is that obstacles stop defining you. You stop seeing yourself as small in the face of them. You begin to see that even obstacles bend to your frequency. Even delays serve the signal you hold. Even uncertainty becomes fertile ground when you carry the identity of the field. Think about the way a magnet interacts with metal. The magnet does not chase, it simply is what it is. And the field it carries draws what belongs to it. That is what you are. The field does not need to ask if it is powerful enough. It does not need to convince itself. It simply exists, and in existing it shapes the space around it. This is you when you live in the reframe. So now, breathe into this recognition. Feel the difference between waiting for proof and becoming the proof. The moment you choose the latter, your frequency shifts. The universe does not hesitate in its response, because it cannot refuse coherence. And you, when you step into identity as the field, are coherence itself. Do not underestimate how much this single reframe can change the trajectory of your life. You may still walk through the same rooms, meet the same people, face the same circumstances, but what you carry inside you will be entirely different. And because you are the signal, the field itself will reorganize around you. This is not theory. This is the quantum truth of being. When you hold this identity, the external cannot help but align. You no longer beg for alignment. You radiate alignment. You no longer wait for permission. You move as permission itself. And when you see yourself as the field, you no longer wait for proof. You become it. Whisper this to yourself. I am the proof. There is a power that does not come from force. It does not come from chasing, from striving, or from pushing yourself against the currents of life. It is the power of stillness. Stillness is not emptiness. Stillness is not absence. Stillness is the very ground from which creation listens. When you become still, you are not doing nothing. You are entering coherence. In quantum physics, coherence is when all vibrations move in harmony, when frequencies align into a single unified rhythm. A heart in coherence regulates the body. A field in coherence influences everything around it. And you, when you enter true stillness, become coherence itself. You may have been taught to believe that stillness is weakness, that to pause is to fall behind, but in truth, stillness is the point where the universe bends to meet you. Because when you are still, you are no longer scattering your energy in 100 directions. You are focused, aligned, gathered into one signal, and the field responds. Think of water. When it is disturbed, it cannot reflect clearly, but when it is still, it mirrors the sky with perfection. You are the same. When your inner waters are restless, the reflection of your reality becomes distorted. But when you choose stillness, your frequency reflects the truth of your being without interruption. And in that reflection, creation listens. Stillness is the womb of manifestation. It is the silence from which sound is born. It is the pause between heartbeats where infinite possibility resides. You do not have to strive to be heard by the universe. You need only to become still enough that the universe can feel the vibration of who you already are. In the stillness, you stop asking. In the stillness, you begin receiving, because silence is not void. Silence is full of the unexpressed. Every timeline, every possibility, every unfolding reality waits in the stillness to be chosen. And the moment you rest in that space with awareness, the field arranges itself in your favor. You may have experienced glimpses of this, moments when after releasing the fight, clarity arrived on its own. Times when answers seemed to find you not while you were struggling, but when you were quiet enough to listen. This is not coincidence. This is the nature of stillness. So breathe now, and imagine your thoughts settling like dust, falling gently to the ground. Imagine your emotions smoothing into calm waters. Imagine your awareness expanding beyond the noise, beyond the restlessness. Here in this space you are aligned with the field that creates worlds. When you are still, you are not waiting. You are commanding, not through force, but through resonance. You are declaring without words, I am coherence, and creation responds to coherence. You are reminding reality of its true nature, to mirror what you carry, and what you carry in stillness is clarity. presence, alignment. This is why stillness is power. It is not passive. It is the most active signal you can send. Every great shift in your life will arise from a moment of stillness. Every new reality begins in the silence of your being. The stillness you hold now is the seed of what comes next. And in that silence, the universe speaks back. Close your eyes for a moment. Can you feel it speaking now? Beneath the surface of your awareness, every part of you carries memory, not only the memory of your past, but the deeper memory of your true identity. Every cell in your body is tuned to a frequency that existed before doubt, before fear, before the world told you to forget. That memory has never left you. It has only waited for you to return. Your cells are not silent. They are living fields of light, pulsing with vibration, holding information in patterns of resonance. Science has shown that every atom stores energy and memory. Your body is not random matter. It is a living archive of your spirit. Each breath you take is a reminder that the intelligence of the universe flows through you, animating every cell, every heartbeat, every spark of energy. You have felt moments when your body seemed to remember something your mind had forgotten. A sudden wave of calm and silence. A pulse of recognition when you hear words of truth. A sensation of warmth moving through you when you realign with love. These are not accidents. These are your cells humming in harmony with the frequency of who you truly are. When you declare, "I remember who I am," you are not creating a new truth. You are activating an ancient one. You are awakening memory within your very biology. Your cells are designed to respond to coherence, to vibrate with alignment. When you anchor identity into them, they light up, they resonate, they adjust themselves to the frequency of remembrance. Think of music. When the right note is played, every string in tune begins to vibrate with it. The same is true for you. The note of your true self never stops playing. Even when you forget, the vibration is still sounding, and every cell in you longs to join that harmony. All it requires is your recognition. This is why affirmations have power, not because they convince your mind, but because they awaken your body. When you speak "I am," you are not only shaping thought, you are instructing every cell to align with identity. You are reminding the body of what the soul has always known. Feel this now. Imagine light moving through your body, touching every cell. Imagine that light humming with the words "I remember." As you breathe, notice how your body responds, how your awareness softens, how your energy shifts. This is remembrance. This is coherence returning to every level of your being. Every cell remembers that you are not broken. Every cell remembers that you are not lost. Every cell remembers that you are not small. You are infinite consciousness expressed through flesh, vibration condensed into form. You are light shaped into matter. And even when your mind forgets, your body remembers. Let yourself trust that memory. Do not force it. Do not chase it. Simply allow it to rise. Allow your cells to guide you back to yourself. Because when your body remembers, your world remembers. Reality begins to echo what you hold within. The field mirrors your alignment back to you, and life reshapes itself to match your remembrance. Say this softly: "I remember who I am." And when your body remembers, your world remembers. Look back for a moment at the path that has carried you here. There were times you believed you had taken a wrong turn, moments when you thought you had fallen behind, seasons when you felt lost in a maze of choices and delays. Yet the truth is that you were never off the path. Every step, even the ones that felt uncertain, was guiding you into alignment with this very moment. It is easy to think that life is a series of accidents, that you wandered too far in the wrong direction, or that you wasted time chasing things that did not last. But in the greater design, nothing was wasted. Every mistake became a lesson. Every delay became preparation. Every moment of doubt sharpened your clarity. The path was not broken. The path was coding you for arrival. Quantum science shows us that energy does not disappear. It transforms. It shifts form. It reorganizes. But it is never lost. The same is true of your journey. Nothing has been lost. Nothing has been meaningless. Even when you could not see the pattern, the field was weaving it together. Even when you felt far away from destiny, you were moving closer to the exact alignment you stand in now. You have always been walking the path that belongs to you. Even detours were part of the direction. Even pauses were part of the rhythm. The signal of who you truly are has been guiding you through every twist and turn, ensuring that you would find your way to this moment of recognition. Consider how rivers carve through stone. They appear to bend, to stray, to wander in endless curves. But every bend, every curve is still the river finding its way to the sea. Your path is the same. It has never been aimless. It has always been flowing toward your arrival. So release the idea that you are behind. Release the story that you are late. Release the fear that you missed your chance. You were never late. You were always on time. Every version of you, every chapter of your journey, was part of the unfolding that prepared you to receive the truth of who you are now. You are not walking a new path today. You are realizing that the one you have been walking was always leading you here. You are stepping into recognition, not replacement. You are stepping into awareness, not correction. Feel the relief of this truth. Feel how your body softens when you no longer carry the weight of regret. Every moment, every experience, every breath has brought you into this alignment. The path has never abandoned you. It has always been carrying you forward. Let this truth settle. I was always on time. And now, you stand exactly where you were meant to be. There is a truth about you that the universe cannot deny. You are not separate from the field. You are the field. You are not a voice calling out, hoping something larger will hear. You are the resonance itself, and reality cannot refuse resonance. For so long you may have believed that your desires were requests. You thought of them as distant prayers, whispers released into a vast sky, hoping for acknowledgement. But the field does not work that way. The field does not decide if you are worthy. The field does not measure your requests. The field responds to coherence. When your vibration is aligned with your identity, the response is inevitable. Think of a radio signal. The station does not choose who is allowed to tune in. It simply broadcasts. Whoever aligns to the right frequency hears the music. In the same way, you are the signal. You do not beg the universe to listen. You broadcast coherence, and reality aligns itself to the music of your being. You are not small in this process. You are not separate from it. The same intelligence that expands galaxies is the intelligence that beats your heart. The same field that bends light and shapes particles is the field that you are made of. To doubt yourself is to doubt the very essence of creation. And yet, even in your doubt, the field remains faithful. It always responds. The universe cannot refuse coherence. When you stand in clarity, when you declare I am, when you remember your identity as the field itself, the external rearranges, timelines shift, circumstances bend, doors open, not because the universe is granting you a gift, but because the universe cannot help but mirror what you are broadcasting. Say these words in your heart. I am the field. Notice how the energy changes inside you. Notice how your breath steadies, how your mind softens, how your body begins to resonate. This is not imagination. This is coherence. Every cell is adjusting to the truth you are speaking. Every frequency in you is aligning to the identity you are claiming. You are the signal. You are the proof. You are the coherence the field cannot deny. Reality bends itself around you, because reality cannot refuse what is already true. The more you anchor into this knowing, the stronger the resonance becomes. And the stronger the resonance, the more the external world reflects it back. There will be moments when doubt tries to return, when storms of thought will attempt to shake you. But even then, remember this. Storms cannot change the sky. They move across it, but the sky remains. In the same way, doubt may pass through you, but the field does not waver. You are still the field. You are still coherence. The universe still responds. Think of how a seed grows into a tree. The field does not decide whether to support the seed. It does not measure if the seed is worthy. It simply responds to its nature. The seed is coherence, and the field responds. You are that seed. You are coherence, and reality cannot help but mirror you. This is why the declaration matters. Not because you are asking, not because you are convincing, but because you are aligning. You are bringing your thoughts, your emotions, your body into harmony with the truth of who you are. You are reminding the field of what it already knows. And the moment you do, the universe bends. So carry this with you. You are not chasing. You are not waiting. You are broadcasting. You are coherence itself. You are the field the universe cannot refuse. And when you carry this, everything begins to carry you. Say it once more, louder this time. I am the field. There will be times after this moment when you may forget. Life has a way of pulling you back into noise, into patterns of thought, into the illusion of separation. You may once again feel small, uncertain, or disconnected. That is natural. But this message is not meant to be heard only once. It is meant to echo inside you, to call you back when you drift away. Every word spoken here is not simply sound. It is vibration, and vibration lingers. Just as a bell continues to ring long after it has been struck, the truth you hear now will continue to resonate long after this video ends. Even when you forget, the echo will remain, waiting to rise in your awareness when you need it most. This is how coherence works. Once your body and your mind have aligned with a higher frequency, they remember it. Even if you slip into doubt, your cells recall the resonance. Even if you fall into fear, your heart remembers the vibration of truth. And in the quiet moments, in the pauses of your life, the echo will return. It will guide you back to the knowing you carry now. Think of it as a lighthouse. The light does not chase the ships. It does not force them to sea. It simply shines again and again in rhythm until they remember their way home. This message is your lighthouse. Every time you hear it, every time you return to it, you will find yourself guided back to your center, reminded of who you are. So trust the echo. Trust that even if you wander, you will not be lost. Even if you forget, you will not be abandoned. The vibration of remembrance has already been placed within you. It will rise when silence feels heavy. It will speak when you most need reassurance. It will remind you that you are not the storm. You are not the seeker. You are not incomplete. You are the field the universe cannot refuse. This echo is your anchor. It is the frequency that will call you back, not only to this message, but to yourself. And each time you return, the resonance will grow stronger. Each time you remember, the alignment will settle deeper into your being, until one day you will no longer need to be reminded. You will live as the echo itself. Remember this when silence feels too loud. And as this echo lives in you, you will never feel separate again. Now you arrive at the closing of this message, but not the end of its truth. What you carry forward from here matters more than what you leave behind. You have been reminded that you are not the storm, not the seeker, not the one who waits in uncertainty. You are the signal. You are the field. You are the coherence that the universe cannot ignore. Every breath you take is already sending a vibration into the field. Every thought you hold, every emotion you nurture, every word you speak becomes a signal that bends reality. This is not a burden. This is liberation, because it means you no longer wait for the world to hand you proof of your worth. You no longer need permission to live aligned. You already are the permission. Carry this recognition, gently but firmly. Let it move with you into each moment of your day. When you wake, remember, I am the field. When you doubt, remember, I am the signal. When you feel the weight of fear, pause and breathe. I am coherence. These words are not affirmations alone. They are activations. They awaken your cells. They align your energy. They remind the field of the truth it already knows about you. Do not think of this as something to achieve. Think of it as something to embody. The signal is not distant. It is not a future version of you waiting to arrive. It is who you already are. And when you walk with this awareness, the world around you reshapes. Doors open. People arrive. Opportunities align, not because you demanded them, but because you radiated coherence, and coherence must be mirrored. This is the gift of the signal you carry forward. It cannot be lost. Even if you forget, the echo will rise again. Even if you stumble, the field will realign, because once coherence has been awakened, it never disappears. It becomes part of you, part of the vibration you broadcast wherever you go. So as you leave this moment, do not leave it behind, carry it in your breath, in your steps, in your voice. Let every action you take be infused with the quiet certainty that you are not chasing your destiny. You are radiating it. You are not seeking alignment. You are alignment. You are not waiting for your life to begin. You are the life the universe bends toward. Carry this with you today as if it is already yours.